What's going on, everybody? It is freezing cold in the north, and it's only going to get worse. Let's talk about it.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me.
I'm shorting out, man. That was weird. Let's try this. It's lunchtime. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Lunch with the Clydesdale. I am the Clydesdale. He is
Cowboy.
Very nice.
Want to surprise you with a little sound effect, man.
I'll take it. I'm also not made of cake.
You're also not made of cake. Yeah, this is, can you name where this is from?
Cowboy.
Yeah, it's Kid Rock song.
There we go. Yep. The very opening chords.
I'd say it's odd starts.
Yep. We've got Vicky, we've got Traint Olive, we've got Ortega already in the house. Larry Young went from 4 to 21 signups for open. That's nice. Nice. I actually have that on our list, man. It's yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yeah. Dave Castro was on the Sport of Fitness podcast with Chase. They talked about the numbers from the open, and things are looking up. How up?
Things are looking fantastic.
So here is Jenny clipped this and has it on Dense Updates. This is what she clipped.
Open Reg has been open for 1 week. We have 40,560 people signed up for the open, and it's the most we've had since 2022. Double of what we had last year. So it's one of the best opening days that we've ever had in the open last week. So last Wednesday, we was the second highest day one ever.
Damn, that's cool.
CrossFit Open.
So second highest day one ever. And we're at the highest since 2022 for a 1 week. 40,500 people.
Love to see it.
So yeah, things are off to a good start.
Hopefully we see it stay this way. Right.
Agreed.
Ramp it up, keep it going. You know, let's get 300,000 people signed up.
What I think is awesome is all the people like out there buying other people open registrations.
Oh, I'm fixing to do a couple that for a couple people in my gym. They just don't know it yet.
Yeah, it's you can buy bundles now. You can, in two different ways. You can actually buy like a group of open registrations at a discounted rate and hand out to people. Or you can buy these bundles now that you get your judges cert, a t-shirt, and your open registration.
I didn't get the bundle because I didn't want the t-shirt, but I do need to do the judges course this year.
Yeah.
Because I did not do the advanced judges course last year. I don't think I did anyway. I have to go back and look. I don't remember doing the advanced judges course. I know I did the regular one.
Lido just got her little sister to sign up today for her very first open. That's what we're talking about.
Let's go.
You don't really know what the open is until you do it.
No.
Like if it wasn't for the peer pressure of my friends making me sign up, I would not have known what it was about. And here we are 14 opens later, or 13, whatever it is. I don't even know. A lot of opens later.
It's been several. This is my 8th. So
All this momentum for the love of God, Dave, give us a decently well-rounded open. Keep this merry-go-round turning. A well-rounded open, Larry, or one that you like, Larry?
I was about to say, well, Larry's idea of a well-rounded open is going to have a 1 rep max bench press in it.
Ortega is sponsoring 5 people. If anybody you know is new and wants to do the open and for whatever reason can't pay, Ortega's your man.
Good on you. Good on you, Jonathan. Good on you.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are doing that. I know Jenny on Dense Updates this morning, she bought 2 open bundles. So t-shirt and judges course, and are giving them away on the next show.
Outstanding.
I'll probably do something like that in the coming weeks, but we have a little bit of time.
Yeah. Got plenty of time.
Vicky said, ditto what Ortega said.
Go ahead, Vicky. Vicky's a good dude, man.
Mark Phillips, I'd sign up twice for a bench 1 rep max. You and me both, brother. You and me both.
I would not, even though I have been benching here lately, but no, not my thing.
Agree. Outstanding idea. Ground beef is going down. 5 a.m. Squat Club got a little feature on the Hiller channel yesterday.
I was literally watching that before we went live, like before I logged in. Dude, his little morning thing he's got going on is pretty cool. Like, got the live chat going on. His voice is super calming, like very, very zen type thing. I really do like the man's approach. Good on you, my brother. Good on you.
Yeah, my problem is at 5 a.m. I need Harold Rollins.
Oh, yeah, no. Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins. Yes.
Henry Rollins. I knew who you meant.
Yeah.
I knew who you meant.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. No.
Your guy here would I'd be just like napping on my mat.
Dude, on the way, so I'm up at 4:30. I'm usually out the house here lately by 5:15, something along those lines. And on the way to the gym, not real loud, but as soon as I get there, my earbuds go in and like we just blasting whatever it is I'm blasting because I need the noise.
Yeah, one of my pump up songs is ba wata ba ba dang a dang diggy diggy. You know, speaking of Kid Rock, that gets me up pretty hyped up.
Let's go.
I'm too anxious for that stuff. Maybe some Steven Wilson Jr. If I could play it on YouTube. Yeah, that's the other thing. YouTube is so dang picky.
I am curious as to dude, all of my qualifier videos from last year, I say all of them, 90% of my qualifier videos from last year, whether it be for quarterfinals, semifinals, or like online qualifiers, got flagged. Every single one of them. Your video may not show in certain countries. I'm like, as long as it shows to the people who are watching it, I don't care if people in Pakistan can't see it. It's going to be fine. Not a big deal.
I did that music show for a brief minute where we would do top 5s of a different genre. All of those are flagged. All of them. I
am curious as to because Hiller mentioned in his videos, wondering if he gets dinged because he is monetized. Like he's got enough people to be. So I'm wondering if he gets dinged because like his music's just playing in the background.
Yeah, I'm monetized. And so when you get dinged, like it cuts anything you make on that video. And I make enough to pay for my platforms now. So, I'm not making money, but I'm breaking even now because of what I make on YouTube. So I don't want them to get like dinged a lot.
And if we would get more people to subscribe, we could get a little bit more money and keep that going.
Yeah. So like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe.
That's what I'm looking for.
Alito mutes all of her videos and just shows her name on a little whiteboard. I know a lot of people went to that. It was pretty smart. Put all the information they want on the whiteboard, hold it up to the camera. That way you don't forget. I
You
know
don't forget.
Carolyn
You don't.
forgot one last year and had to redo the whole workout.
Oh, yeah. You don't forget. You don't stumble over yourself sometimes, which I do because like. So last year we had to have the judge and the head judge, right? So my judge is Bernard and my head judge was Jeff, depending on which one was going on. And if you go back and look at my semifinal videos from last year, every single one of them, they're in the background, like doing something to start off with. Like they were doing dumbbell curls at one point, one time they were doing push-ups, and you got to introduce them every single time. And so like if that goes wrong, then you're laughing at yourself and it's a whole thing.
I'm Mark Phillips, same Lido, plus no one can hear my wife yell at me when I mute the video.
I got the opposite problem, Mark. I yelled at my wife last year, so I got that going for me. But they changed my music.
Oh, I know.
Right as I'm starting to work out.
I remember when it happened.
Yeah.
You had it all queued up to get going and
bro, I was feeling it and I was like, okay, start the clock. And as soon as it starts, I take off, it was the lunge, I think it was, and she tells Brody to go change that song because she didn't like it.
Yeah. My wife does it every time I'm driving. And listen, driver gets control of the music. They're the ones that have to stay alert and awake. Everybody else in the car can be on their phone and sleep and do whatever they want. I get to control the music.
Yeah, we're playing what I want to hear.
And if I'm working out, and I'm the only one, I damn well better get to control the music.
Yeah, no, you don't get a say in what I'm listening to just because you're there. That doesn't work that way.
We had an interesting conversation yesterday, right after we went off the air, about shows that jump the shark. And we had this conversation. Let me preface it with that there are media outlets in this space that people still listen to, and you and I are like, I don't know why, because there's nothing new coming from these people, but there's this sense of loyalty that you get by watching or listening to somebody. And I use an example with you of, just like a TV show, you watch and you watch and you watch, and then it gets really bad. And you're like, well, I've stuck with them for 5 years, so I'm just going to see it out. And then it never gets any better. Well, we had a fun conversation yesterday because your wife is a massive fan of 911. Explain. And I actually used to watch it. I thought it jumped the shark, and I jumped off. I was gone. You're telling me this season it's even worse than before.
They went into space. The character,
there was a 911 emergency in space.
In space, they put them on some sort of automated capsule that they blasted them off into space. So the police lady who was married to the fire chief, and then the other fire lady, the bald-headed lady, were both on this, and it just so happens that they know each other, and they got to go off into space at the same time, even though it was just random people from whatever, which makes, first of all, that's absurd to begin with, right? That's like if me and you got chosen, and you're like, we're going to put you guys on the same capsule with these 3 or 4, whatever, how many it was, strangers, to have this experience and to go into space. And then, of course, as soon as they get into space, shit goes crazy. And there's now a 911 emergency. And like the people on the ground from the 911 are like helping them to try to figure out what's going on in this capsule. And they're talking to these other people. What about this? And I'm just sitting here. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why? I get home and that's what was on there. And of course, my wife, who I love very much, who occasionally does actually listen to this show, will look at me and be like, just let me enjoy my show. I'm like, I would love to, but holy smokes, like it is bad.
Train Olive, I'm still watching 911, but this season is a bit bizarre. What got me, Winter, is when the cruise ship flipped upside down and did not sink. That's what sent me packing. Now we're talking like it just like that's not even feasible.
They went to space.
And now they went to space.
It's like, so have you seen I don't know if it was the latest Fast and the Furious movie or the one before that, but like
No,
they made a rocket ship. They made a spaceship out of a Fiero, a Pontiac Fiero, and they blasted Ludacris and what's his name? Anyway, they blasted them too because they had to go do something into space, and of course they just figured out how to make a rocket. And so it's the same thing, right? Like now we're Fast and Furious in an 87 Fiero in space. Now we're 911 with the two random characters from the show.
Now the Pontiac Fiero, whose big default was if you shut both doors at the same time, the back window blew out.
They caught on fire. Yeah. And they happened to catch on fire. The Iron Duke actually caught on fire from time to time. And they were like, you know what? You should make one of those into
going into space.
Of course it is. Obviously.
Yeah. They also catch on fire. Yeah. So it's well equipped to like handle breaking through the atmosphere and going into space.
Just some slight modifications, and it was perfectly fine. They were also in space in like old school diving bell uniforms, like because why wouldn't you be?
Jody, I wasn't aware of this 911 show. Well, originally it was actually kind of good. It was almost like a Mission Impossible-ish cop show and fire show. And it was like high-end action with it. But it has long ago jumped the shark, and I can no longer watch it.
And like we were talking about, okay, so there's Winter saying that one. Now there's 911 Nashville. It's awful. 100 times worse than the original. Like we were talking about yesterday, Chris O'Donnell, Robin, from the worst Batman movie ever made, is somehow a Southern fire chief in the Nashville station. And like they parade country stars on there because they're in Nashville. Like they just cameos from random people while they're on there and whatnot. And like the whole thing is it's insane. It really, really is.
Well, I have a meeting at 1, so I want to get through a couple little things here, but I did want to talk about that. I thought it was a fun conversation.
Oh yeah.
Legends have put out more invitations. Now these ones make sense.
Yeah.
These are either the top 10 or the top 5 from the games last year got invites to Del Mar. Here is the elite division, top 10 finishers at the games. Regardless if you think they're going to compete this year or not, like Tia Claire Toomey, got an invite to Del Mar. Not to be confused with Reno 911. It's actually getting very close to Reno 911 at this point.
It's the difference between it is that Reno 911 is intentionally funny.
And it knows who it is.
And it knows who it is. And 911 is unintentionally funny just because of how ridiculous it is. Moving right along.
So these are the top 10 from the games last year. It also went into the top 10 finishers in each of the Masters divisions, got an automatic bid for Del Mar. So there's our very own Carolyn Prevost. On the next screen is our very own Jamie Latimer. They both got invites into Del Mar this year for the Legends.
Shout out to Rudy Berger.
Jody, how about True Detective? Anyone seen that? I heard Jodie Foster tell about it on Conan. I watched the first season with McConaughey and Woody Harrelson, which was really good, but I mean, it is one of those you cannot look away, but it is, I don't know, it's good. But the subsequent seasons I just couldn't get into. My wife tried to watch the Jodie Foster one, and she even bagged out on that one. So here it is. Lito's asking how long they have. They do not say. They just say, athletes, check your email and DMs for your registration invite. If you don't see an email, DM us here, and we'll get it to you right away. So we don't know how long they have to accept the invite and what it means for how they backfill if anybody says no. But at some of these levels, people are not going to go all the way to California for their semifinal.
What is Jamie saying right there? If I decline, what?
Oh, if we decline this, then finish high enough in quarters, would we be in line for another invite?
That's an excellent question.
So Jamie has that hip surgery thing that she's rehabbing, and she just doesn't know where she's going to be at that point in time in the year. So that's why she would ask a question like that.
That's a legit question.
Because she may decline this because at this point she really shouldn't be doing that. And then Megan is following. Yes, you will receive another invite.
Okay.
But if you accept and don't place high enough, your invite gets revoked. No, come on, people. Now you're just being silly.
That's just being some type of way.
And then
I'm also wondering about
elite, just for John Wood's response here. Let's invite the same 10 people to every competition. Because everybody on this list got a Mayhem invite too.
Yes.
And I'm betting they're on the Syndicate invite list too. So.
And some have already declined one and haven't said anything about the next one. Like, this is going to, by the time this is actually settled and done, or even by the Open, whatever, because they're going to have invitations. Then they're going to have not invitations. And we're going to have to go to the Open and then quarters. And then, okay, now you get an invitation from quarters to go. It's a mess. And it's only going to get worse.
Lido, just because she wants to aggravate me. What if you're invited, you accept, and then don't sign up for the Open? If it were my world, you would then be disqualified from competing because you do not qualify for the games because you did not participate in the Open. However, it's the Wild West in this thing, and who the hell knows what's allowed?
That is Wilson Pack's world.
It is. Wilson and my world jive. If you are not eligible to make the CrossFit Games or you have already qualified for the games, you are disqualified from being at his event.
Done. Moving right along.
Mark Phillips, wildcards don't have to do the Open, so they have a loophole. But to go to the games, you have to have done the Open. You have to finish top 2,000 in the world at quarterfinals. And you can't go to quarterfinals without doing the Open.
I think what he's talking about is when what's his face went a couple years ago. I say a couple years ago in 2019. Mr. High Rocks guy.
Wild cards to the games. There are no wild cards to the games.
They have the right to reserve whoever the hell they invite up to a couple of whoever they want to actually invite.
Jay Birch. The rules were different in 2019. They were different. The rules as of last year, 2025 and 2026, you have to finish so high in the Open to qualify to be a games athlete. Anything that happens before that, we're not under these rules.
Bring up Lito's comment.
What if you pop for PEDs, then take 4 years juicing, and then get invited to 2 semifinals asking for a friend? We discussed that yesterday. That is a very, very bad look. Very bad look. However, because CrossFit has let these people run their own competitions, they can do whatever they want with their invitations. Do I agree with it? I do not, but it's not my world. I think it's a bad look. I think when you have a problem of PED use, you don't promote people who popped and allow them to skip elements of the season. That is just ridiculous.
Because I feel like if you just got an invitation and all you did was sign up for the Open, basically sleepwalk through quarterfinals, but you got an invitation to a semifinal and you finish, you win. Now you just kind of circumvented the entire system at that point because you didn't really do semifinals. Or excuse you didn't really do quarterfinals. You didn't put your body through that. You just kind of skating on by and then just going to do one live competition. And now all of a sudden you're at the games.
What if you pot for PEDs, register, but do not do the open, rub your belly and pat your head and jump on one foot at all at the same time? Well, in that case, then you get the extra silly clause of you are an automatic podium finisher at the games.
I think that's how you get spirit of the games.
Andrew. So CrossFit could invite someone who didn't. Oh, where? Here it is. Dang it. Keeps moving. CrossFit rulebook says CrossFit can invite anyone at any stage of the competition. They haven't, though. They haven't since 2019.
But that doesn't mean they won't.
Come on. There's only 30 spots now. You can't.
I'm not saying you're wrong. And I get it. There's only 30 spots. It's way less than it was before. But that's not saying that they've done dumber shit. It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Well, the last thing I want to talk about, because I only have a couple minutes, is it's been circling around that there's a small cut in one of the Mayhem videos where Rich is discussing the live stream for the Mayhem Classic and the way they lost money last year because of the cost of that stream, right? They publicly said they spent over $200,000 on that stream last year. They lost money and they're not going to do it again this year. So what does that mean then for live streaming? And I think it's not just a Mayhem thing. I think it's a big thing because when I was talking with Wilson Pock a month ago, he's under the same. Last year, Savon's team came in, did it at a very, very reduced rate, if not free. I don't know the details of their deal, but it was way less than any of the other streaming services. This year, Syndicate Crown and NorCal are on the same weekend. So the Savon team can only do one of the two. So now Wilson is left with, how is he going to stream this if it is even possible? So I know a lot of competitions are talking about that they're not going to be able to do streaming of an event anymore. And they're going to do packaged highlights of the day and put them out as quickly as possible. I think we've been spoiled for a long time because Greg Glassman opened the checkbook, or Reebok opened the checkbook for many years, and we had streams of everything, and it was a high quality stream that we did not have to pay for. And now anytime you put anything behind a paywall, people flip the hell out. But the truth of the matter is it's too expensive for these competitions to fund it on their own. And I think that we are getting to a point where either you're going to have to put it behind a paywall to recoup as much money as you can for the streams, or you're going to get prepackaged, post-packaged little documentaries or whatever of highlighting the events. What are your thoughts?
I think everybody after, was it Flow Elite that did it behind the paywall first? They did. It was terrible.
It was terrible.
Right?
Yeah.
It was absolutely terrible. And I think even now, that's been, 6-7 years now, if not longer than that. It left a bad taste in anybody's mouth to have anything behind a paywall, which is why people are trying to look at it and trying to find cheaper options out there to do it. I don't understand why everybody, not why it costs so much, but why everybody just keeps going back to the same people. It's Hamilton Road. It's Hamilton Road. It's Hamilton Road. It's the only people that anybody seems to know how to use. I would think there'd be other options out there that could do something slightly less expensive. What Savannah and them did last year was insane, given the resources that they had.
They lost.
They absolutely did. Sousa was way up there. It was very, very upfront about the fact that if they would have charged for it, like how much it would have cost, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I just think that there's got to be a better option than trying to put it behind a paywall, because people just they get turned off. They're like, I'm not spending $20 to watch this for the entire weekend. When you, especially not knowing what the quality is going to look like beforehand.
Here's my thing, and I've said this about a lot of things, and why I subscribe to a couple channels to support the people that do podcasts in this space, right? Because like we do this for free for most of it, right?
Yeah.
If I go to a movie, I don't get to go in for free and just watch the movie. Like I have to pay admission for that entertainment. If you're watching a CrossFit event, you're doing it because it's entertainment to you. Whether you like to hang out in the chat, whether you like to watch the event, or whatever you want to do, right? So to expect it to be free all the time, we just were spoiled for too long.
100%.
Right? As Sousa said in that crash behind the scenes, that if they were going to do it and not lose money and just break even, they would have to charge between like $60,000 and $75,000. And that would be just to break even, not even to make any money on it.
No.
Jenny says, we all paid out of our pockets to be there and provide that for free to the community, while athletes refused interviews and people at home on their high horses and criticized it. Good times. I just want to spin this a little bit. Yes, there were athletes that refused interviews, but there were athletes that embraced it. And they made out big because you gave them that opportunity. We got to learn about Mason, and we got to learn about Miley Wade, and we got to learn about Reese Littlewood and all those people that did not turn you down, right? And the interviews were awesome. They were different than anything we've had on any other broadcast. And NorCal was post-produced, but it was fast. I don't know if anybody else is equipped to do it that fast, right?
No.
We can say it, but that whole team put NorCal out in like a half an hour after it was done.
Sometimes 15 minutes, which is
completely
absolutely, that's insane. That's absolutely wild. To piggyback on that, what you just said, Scott, to the people that refuse interviews, to hell with them. You're missing out on that point, on your chance to tell your whatever just happened story. So if you're just going to look at it and go, well, I'm not talking to Savant's crew, blah, 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 whatever. Cool. Go on. We'll talk to these other people who are here and who are interested and who are invested and who want to be a part of whatever this is. If you don't want to, awesome. That's on you. Bye. Moving on. So yeah, dude, both things. And their coverage of Crash. Their coverage of Crash was ridiculously good.
Yeah.
Ridiculously good. What all the things that they were able to do. And
I just wish that you could clone that crew to do a couple more events, right? Because now we have these events that land on the exact same weekend and you're SOL.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved it. Worth every penny. Sousa is a miracle worker. Like that's the one thing I don't like. We all love this space so much. Every event I go to, it's all on my own dime.
Yeah.
I pay for my flight. I pay for my hotel. I pay for my food. I do all of that stuff to go get interviews with athletes, to do documentaries behind the scenes, to do all this stuff. I don't get paid for anything. I do it because I love it, right? Just like Jenny, just like Sousa, just like Savon, just like Caleb. They all go do that because they just love it. They love hanging out together. They love putting on a show. That's why we all go. And then we've created this other community that I just like going hanging out with people.
Yeah. I would love, dude, if I would have had the time, I would love to go out there and help them with that. Right. Because I'm sure it's a kick in the ass. Right. Everybody's working, but none of them are taking it. Well, they're taking it seriously, but they're not taking each other seriously. If that makes sense. Like they're taking their job seriously, but everybody's messing with everybody the entire weekend. They're exhausted. They're laughing the entire time, and they're putting out a ridiculous quality product because they want to be there. Because you're not going to get that kind of stuff. I say that it would be more difficult to get that kind of stuff from people that you're actually paying if that's all the only reason that they're there is to get paid. Yeah. Every single person that was on that crew was there because they love what they do and they love being able to put that kind of stuff out there into the world.
People would drop $30 on a Tyson fight knowing it might only last 60 seconds. Paying $5 to $10 for a weekend live stream should be nothing for people. Listen, Rogue does a paywall that gets you extra, and they didn't even do that this year. 2 years prior, they did a paywall for $25 that gave you control of the camera, like wild shit that we've never even seen before. I paid it every year, and it was so worth it. And I felt like I was helping out Rogue for putting on this great show. I get a weekend of entertainment because of what you've put out there. The least I can do is pay $25 to watch it. Ooh, got a new member, Mark Phillips. Nice. Thank you very, very much, man. Vicky, live tickets are going to probably be $400 again. Paying $50 for the weekend should be nothing. True. Thank you, Mark. Thank you again. I really, really appreciate it.
100%. Well, if they do decide to live stream it and put it behind the paywall, I will be the first person to sign up for it because I want to see what happens.
Well, and there are some comps that have the glitz and glam around it that you will pay for. Like I will pay for a Mayhem. I'll pay for a NorCal because it's the train wreck that everybody just wants to see, right? I'll pay for Mayhem because it's this classic, awesome event put on by the GOAT of the space. I'll watch Syndicate Crown because I'm a huge fan of Wilson Pock, and I will support anything he's behind. Like those three things I'll pay for every single year if I can't go in person.
Right. I would say this year, as much crap as we've been giving the Legends people, just the fact that they're in Del Mar, if they put it behind, they people are going to pay to watch that. I would.
I know it's a horse barn right now. I know it's a horse barn, and I just want to go see it because all the videos I watched early on when I started CrossFit and all the big stars that were at Del Mar in the California region doing their thing, I just want to see it one time, right?
Yeah. Nostalgia.
I used to think Wilson Pock was the rapper every time they talked about him until I met him. Yeah, and he is far from a rapper. He's just one of the coolest dudes. I can't believe he lives up the street from me now. I can't believe it's so awesome. I want to reach out to him and see if there's anything I can do to help him with the Syndicate Crown. And maybe I'll do that this weekend. I just have all that shit happening next week, and I just need to get through that. So, well, guys, it is 9 minutes till I have to be in a meeting. So, guys, if I could just share with you the shit I've gone through in the last 2 days, I just can't. Maybe later, but oh my gosh. Craig, I will pay for those plus French Throwdown and Torian. Yeah, I mean, I'd pay for a lot of them. I'll be honest. I just hope my wife isn't watching. Claire says, great show. Thank you.
Thanks, Claire.
She said such nice things about our whole crew the other night on their show. I really appreciate Claire and John for saying those things. It was really nice. Yes, meetings just suck. Boo to meetings. If it's anything like my government job, I feel your pain. I am sure it's everything like your government job, Vicky. Everything. All right, guys. With that, I'm going to head out of here. I will catch you all tomorrow. We'll find some fun stuff to talk about. Let's do it then. Bye, guys.